They're going to the airport now? All right.
Eric
Tell
is
them
fucking up the
we're heading out
podcast.
to Lozen in 15 minutes. Oh my god, this music is annoying as fuck.
Whatever. Alright guys, welcome. This is episode 2 of Troll Nation. I'm Carl Allen.
And I am Eric Charles.
And we're here again to talk about some shit we did.
That's right.
I guess
We haven't been cut off the air just yet.
Yeah, so I know we both had a good Christmas. We're not going to go into detail about that, but we hope that all of you guys had a good Christmas and that you'll have a great New Year. So,
yeah. What did you do for Christmas? What? Talk to me. I haven't seen you in a whopping 7-8 days.
I was with my girl and her family in their hometown in Eastern Bulgaria, and it was pretty nice. They showed me some of their what they did when they grew up, and they took me to a house that they own, and we went on a hike. It was nice.
Oh wow! I mean, that sounds kind of boring to me. I mean, it was all about hookers and blow. It was just one.
Oh yeah, I mean, we did cocaine too. Well, I did. I don't know if she did it either.
All right, I definitely didn't do hookers or blow. But I was spending time with the family. Opening up all my wonderful, amazing presents. Some that I bought for my wife, some that my wife bought for herself. That was from me, which I found pretty amazing and creative.
Yeah.
But it was definitely a good time hanging out in the village.
Did you get a hoverboard?
Listen, I did not get a hoverboard. If I did, I wouldn't tell you because I'm too damn big to have a hoverboard. And if I was to obtain one, I tell you where I wouldn't have it.
They're not even real hoverboards.
Listen,
They don't hover. They roll. You just lean. They're like Segways without handlebars.
damn, I never thought of that. That is true. It's funny. Hey, did you see that video rolling around? It kind of went viral with the pastor in church. Now, before we even go into this, Mom, please forgive me for elaborating on this. You know I was raised in a church. I know I was too, but it just needs to stop. The pastor was rolling across the congregation in the front, rolling to the front, and then he would dip to the back a little bit, and it was in reverse, kind of like he was floating. And I have a big problem with that. And my friends, all of my white friends tend to question me on this, like I'm supposed to have the answer to all of black people's problems. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe he is simulating walking on water.
Well, it's got to be black people. Black people aren't the only people that go to church.
And have hoverboards. It was at a black church. This is where it took place.
It's racist.
It's not racist. It's honest. And it needs to stop. Honestly.
Which one? Church or racism?
It was terrible. I mean, a church is a place of worship. I mean, it's a place you're supposed to become one with God. And it seems like to me that these black churches nowadays, it's all about the show. It's all about what you look like when you appear, even though the Bible says come as you are, and also how much you can come out of your pocket with. And I have a big problem with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think I do too. That's why I don't go.
No, you don't go because, yeah, okay, that's an excuse. And that's something you're going to have to work out with your makeup.
No, I mean, I think, like you said, it's becoming a show. Kind of just like our, politicians and our commander-in-chief.
Yeah, like when our two leading candidates calls one a top recruiter or for ISIS. Oh man, this is just this is so weird. I mean, when I hear this back and forth exchange, it makes me sit back and think, maybe it isn't a bad idea if Kanye West, aka Yeezy, gets nominated for office. Matter of fact, let me pose this question to you. Two people running for candidate.
Yep.
You got Kanye West, you got Donald Trump, and you got to vote for one. Who would you vote for?
Kanye West.
It's because he's black, isn't it?
Yes. Exactly.
I mean, having Kim Kardashian, that's not necessarily a bad thing. I guess that would work fairly well with foreign policy. I mean, maybe she could. Yeah, that may not be a bad option.
Because think about their child. It would be like the first Northwest child of America.
It would be. Wow.
That would be weird.
Right.
Yeah, so, speaking of Obama and saying, that he's the top recruiter for ISIS or whatever whatever was said, I didn't catch that part. But, I mean, what do you think Obama is? You think he's a Muslim or an American?
Let me ask you a question.
Uh-oh.
Are you a Christian, an atheist, a Catholic, or an American?
I'm American.
Oh, so why can't these people be damn Americans also?
These people.
Wait a minute.
Last episode, you said you don't trust anybody that refers to a certain ethnic group as the people.
Well, maybe I've been under the influence of
Trumpism.
Yes, like yourself.
Trumpetitis. Is that what you got?
Trumpetitis. Who have you been hanging around? I mean, it's I don't know. It's one of those things. It's just getting too ridiculous. I don't even know the reporter that came out with this, but I just wanted to look her in the face, and if it was legal, slap her in it, because that's just one of the most ridiculous questions that I've ever heard. I mean, I saw another report, an article with a couple that was coming from the UK, and they was trying to go to Disney World, had everything booked, and at the last second, I guess the TSA of sorts went through, and they didn't allow them on the plane. And the little girl looked at them, and her dad was like, "Is this because we're Muslim?" How do you answer that question to the little girl? You would probably say yes.
No.
Said yes.
Man. Nah. I mean, I wouldn't even put myself in that position. That's pretty messed up. But I mean, there's some retards out there. There's some pretty moronic people, I should say, that are out there that'll do stupid stuff like that. And all I gotta say to them is, fuck off.
Wow. All right. Well, that's his words, not mine. But I mean, it still doesn't solve the problem. It still doesn't solve the problem that seems to be happening in America. It's like a fear factor. You have this agenda from the press to continue to push this radical Islam and all these keywords and insurgents and the fear behind it. So now your ordinary, or I should say your 1%, are going to associate any person wearing a burqa or a hijab with radicalism. Yeah,
which is the worst thing. I mean, there was that Marine that I actually served with a couple years back at Unit San Diego, and I'm not going to say his name and give him that recognition, but he did that. He came out in Arizona, and he came out wearing a T-shirt that said "Fuck Islam," and he stood in front of a mosque, and he rallied people about it. And I completely defriended him. How do you say? Befriended or defriended? Get it? I fucking cut him out.
Befriended him, which means you became friends.
Nah,
I mean,
okay.
No, don't get me wrong.
So I cut it out. So and I said, you know what? Like, first of all, I don't want to be associated with you. If you're drawing this much, he gained media attention, national coverage. If you're gaining this attention, I don't want to be associated with you in that sense because, well, shit, I'm kind of associating myself with him now. But I mean, at the time when things were hotter because of that retaliation factor.
Yeah, and that's on him. I mean, I think I knew what you're talking about. I actually saw him on Anderson Cooper. Shout out to Anderson Cooper. I love your hair, by the way. But yeah, Anderson Cooper laid into this guy when it came to that issue. And now I believe, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, he may be in hiding right now. And that's not something you want to do. I mean, I got plenty of Muslim friends on my MySpace page, so it's just one of those things.
And it's like, you can't hold all people accountable for the actions of some. And that's what's going on.
Yep. That's very true. Very true. And I didn't mean MySpace. I meant Facebook. There we go. Wow. Shows how old I
am. Yeah. So what's this? I mean, moving right along here. What's this shit about Kim Kardashian emojis? What?
I want to slap her with that titty. Seriously, it just makes no sense that you have all these young ladies out here. Now, for the young guys, don't get me wrong.
I like the butt cheek emojis.
But that's why it was tailored for young men, because young men could look at it and they have something for their swing back.
I want to change that to my like button. When I push the little thumbs up thing, it sends a little butt cheek to people.
Something for young men. Hey, I mean, of age, that's some material. I'm okay with that. But for young girls to have this in their minds, to
think it's cool, and
it's definitely not to put yourself out there like that. And then when you do, and you get a certain response, usually a negative one from your peers, from your young males, then they wonder why. Well, it's how you choose to present yourself. And that's
so funny, because I was watching this video on YouTube, and I forget, the company that produced it or whatever. It's a viral video. And this guy basically is doing this experiment where he's driving around, and he's saying, he's going up to these girls on the street. He's like, hey, man, I'm going to this party. You want to join me? It's an after party. And they're like, what party? Like, it's right down the street. I'll take you. Just come with me.
Was it R. Kelly?
No. But they did get in the car.
Oh.
And then he drove them, and he's like, actually, we're not really going to a party. And they're like, what? What? Why? And then he's like, yeah, well, and he pulls over. He's like, well, why'd you get in the car with me? He's like, I could have been anybody. I could have raped you. I could have put it in your butt against your will. And that's so true. Like, why would people be dumb enough to get in a car with somebody they don't know at a late time at night?
Yeah, as this ghetto girl at McDonald's told me when I didn't put my tray away, home training. If you don't have home training, if you're not taught well, then you just make those mistakes, and sometimes those mistakes can cost you your life.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see people doing that out here though in Europe.
That's true.
So
That's
an American issue. It seems like because people in Europe hitchhike all the time and they never have issues doing it. So
I agree. So you just want to be on your new iPhone 6S showing it off to me during our podcast, but that's okay. I forgive you this time. Speaking of R. Kelly, I love me some R. Kelly, man. Love me some R. Kelly, no H. But he just needs to stop. When I say stop getting mad every single time that question is brought up to you about you peeing on little girls.
Oh, man. Yeah, just embrace it. Do it again.
No, you don't. You definitely don't want to do it again.
Show people you don't care.
It's not about that at all. I mean, I'm just saying it's one of those things like, listen, I mean, it's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. You cannot be peeing on little girls. Now, if it's a grown woman, only upon request. If that's what she really wants, then that's what you're going to have to do. But listen, seriously, though, he has to quit getting upset and trying to dodge and avoid the answers. The questions when you know that you kind of got to quit it for peeing on girls, especially when you were on camera, hair braided, half unbraided, saying that you did. It needs to stop.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, what he did was wrong. He knows it's wrong, and it should happen in the past. I mean, get over it. People are never going to let you forget you.
Yeah. Social media mobs are going to be all over that ass because you know what you did. But in one of those things here, but here's the part that's very contradicting. So R. Kelly, he did it, not condoning what he did, and they want to persecute him for life, even though he's one of the best voices, probably one of the best R&B artists of our generation. They said, I was reading a stat that he has 37 number one hits, more than Nat King Cole himself, not comparing the two. But yet, you have another guy by the name of Elvis Presley, who married Priscilla when he was 21 and she was 14. And no one has a problem with that. They tend to overlook that.
That was such a long time ago.
Oh, so it's okay then.
So, back then, it was different. Apparently. I mean, my great-grandma, I think she got married like 16 or 14, but, that was in Mexico.
Okay, so how about Jerry Lee Lewis? Because he married his spouse when she was 14. But you know what? It was okay because that was his cousin as well. So I see the difference.
Yeah,
here.
Keep it in the family.
What?
That's so gross. Yeah, so...
It's bad. So anyway, man, enough of that stuff because I don't want to get riled up. I'm actually
riled up.
Yeah,
talking about R. Kelly peeing on people.
Yeah, man, I can't be getting all worked up over Kelly. But some of our fans asked us to elaborate on life in Europe. I mean, we've been over here for several years now. We've traveled to about 20 countries combined.
Yeah.
Give me your view and perspective on Europe.
I love it out here. Everything's so close and local. The people are very friendly. The food is good. It's usually natural. I mean, you're not eating any preserved food. You're not having any of this junk, this fast food life. Everything's relaxed and people take their time, usually.
I agree. And you know what? They're very warm. That's one thing that I can say. If you're walking down the street, you don't have clothes on your back and you're hungry, those people would take the last of what they had and they would give it to you and extend, their household and open their doors to you. And it's something that we cannot say that happens in America too often.
Exactly.
Also, social acceptance. I know we talked about that last podcast and I won't go too in depth right now, but I kind of like being a black guy in Europe. It's a lot different. They have other problems, but racism isn't the majority of their problems out here. So to be socially accepted, myself, my little brown baby, I guess that's a plus being out here.
I mean, it is. It is. I'm not dark, but people know I'm not from here. They notice it, and usually they pick up right away that I'm, Latino.
Yeah, and as soon as they hear your American accent, they just cling to you and they just want to become one with you. Well, that doesn't sound appropriate. With you. Yeah. But they just really want to get to know you. And I'm okay with that. I'm really okay with that.
Yeah, so am I.
So, and as far as the traveling, some people see us all the time. We have a lot on our Facebook pages, I should say, that show us driving from country A to country B, as in, to be more specific. So from Macedonia to Greece or to from Macedonia to Serbia, so on and so forth. It's very simple. It's very quick.
Close. Yeah, everything's less than 4 hours driving distance on a highway, you know?
I agree. The same as driving from, Illinois to Iowa or Indiana, depending on which direction you want to go. But it is different cultures, and the cultures date back so many thousands of years compared to in the States. You're like, oh yeah, let's go check out this church that was in 1899.
Yeah,
it's not the same thing.
It's only been like 240 years. Yeah,
we've sat in churches. We were in a place, and I took my wife last year for her birthday to the Cologne Cathedral in Cologne, Germany. And we were sitting there, and they had these three men sitting up on this poster board. I'm like, who are those three guys? It's around Christmas time. I couldn't put two and two together, but those were the three wise men. And they actually have a gold enclosed box that had the bones of the three wise men.
Oh, wow.
Thousands of years of history. Something you couldn't experience in the States.
Yeah. So that's the pros of being out here is everything's pretty close. Even flights, man. Almost last year, the beginning of this year. I flew to Italy, round trip from Macedonia to Venice for $80.
Wow.
Round trip.
Wow. How was it out there in Italy?
It was nice. In Venice. I think Rome was pretty trashy, but it's the probably most populated city in that country.
Yeah.
And it's a capital. And a lot of capitals, there's an influx of tourists and just people that shouldn't be there.
Yeah, I kind of found that in Athena. I want to say Athena just to sound cool, but Athens as well. There was a lot of graffiti. I'm talking about 1980 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle graffiti in New York City. It was a lot out there, but it was just so much beauty behind it. When we went to the Acropolis, that's one of the memories that I will have and cherish forever. Getting there, being able to be in a place where all of the Romans used to hang out and chill. And also, what's my guy from Troy, Brad Pitt? He was out there as well. And it was pretty cool. So it was definitely something to experience, and it's definitely something I would cherish. And I really encourage, my American friends and my family just to come out here, because it definitely opens your mind to so much more. And the more you travel, the more you realize it's just not about us.
And you meet more people that are really down to earth, and they don't have that fast-paced life set that we have back at home. Like, everything's about trying to get money. And I mean, people out here, they do that, but they do it to survive. They don't do it to have an overwhelming sense of security from materialistic items.
I agree. I always wondered. I used to, when I came out here traveling the first time, I see a lot of young people traveling and backpacking by themselves. Very trusting society, very trusting culture compared to in the States. That's one issue that I have with my wife all the time, walking around, and she'll stop. We have to pay for something, open up her wallet and count 5, 10, 15 in her wallet. I'm like, you can't do that back in the States, because you will get robbed. You will get robbed. It's just, I would rob you out of principle, and I love you and I'm married to you. So it's one of those things, It's so laid back.
Yeah. So I know you got to get going here. You're going where? Where are you going for New Year's?
I am going to, where are we going? I'm going to Barcelona, Spain, actually. This will be a first for me. I heard there's a lot of Spanish people out there, and they love to party and drink and get wild, and that's not what we're going for, actually.
You're going to R. Kelly some girls?
I will not be R. Kellying anyone. This is all about peace and quiet and relaxation. I will be just hanging out with the missus and enjoying my time and bringing in this 2016 New Year.
Yeah. Right on, man. And I'll be locally with my girl in Serbia.
Locally?
Locally. I mean, that's 4 hours away.
That sounds like European English to me. I will be locally.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going... Locally is a word. Google it.
I don't believe that at all.
Thesaurus it. Okay. Dictionary it.
All
whatever. But yeah, we'll be spending that time. She's got some friends up there, so we're going to meet up with them and probably hit up some nightclubs or something.
Nice. That should be a good time. Anyway, guys, we definitely wanted to put this together for you before we rolled out for this holiday season. We wish you all guys all the best. Eat, drink, be merry, but be safe in the process.
All right. This is Carl Allen.
And I'm Eric Charles.
And this was Troll Nation, episode 2. Stay tuned for next week's episode. Fuck you.
What? We out of here. Thank you for listening, guys. Peace.
Right, peace. Yeah. Come here, little girl. I want to show you something. My name's R. Kelly. And I gotta take a piss.